So, hello everyone, this is Hendrix from Starseed Talk, and today we're going to interview another Draco just like myself. His name is Draconic Phoenix. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, how you doing, guys? My first time doing this, so hopefully you aren't too harsh on me.
Okay, so let's talk about your awakening and you're from the Draco system?
Mhm. So I was kind of like a late bloomer. It was after 2012, but it was 2019, and basically I was really naive, and I was with friends, and I kind of like blasted my third eye open on psychedelics.
Yeah.
I did just
Can you hold,
and then
can you hold the phone still and not breathe into the mic?
yeah. And basically, what really took the flame was uh, DMT, dimethyltryptamine. It was like
Wait,
the
what, sorry?
torch. Dimethyltryptamine was basically the torch that kind of like sparked like, okay, there's something more. And I always had a feeling there was something more.
You got to hold that camera still, buddy.
Okay, sorry, man. And I just do you want me to explain like what happened during the experience, like the DMT trip, and how it kind of was a
Yeah,
catalyst
just your
for?
awakening and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, as a child, like I always knew there was something more, and then like over time, like synchronicities led me to these groups of friends that also had the same ideals. Feeling like isolated, and I was always feeling like a black sheep. Like I would have friends, but I would always feel like I was disconnected from those friends. Like I wasn't like part of the group, like I wasn't a part of a clique, but I was just kind of a floater or like a wanderer or something.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, so yeah, I was always like the odd duck out. And when I did like the psychedelics, in 2019, I ran across DMT eventually. Like it was kind of like a pyramid effect. Started with cannabis and then went up to
Bro, you gotta
mushrooms and
hold the phone
etc.
still. I can barely
Oh,
see you. It's making me sick.
I'm using my hand as gestures.
Yeah, well,
Sorry.
just can you mount the phone or something, or
I don't really have a phone mount.
just like hold it up with like a glass of
Right
water or something, or
here, I'll stay focused. My ADHD gets in the way, so
yeah.
um, Anyways, I was on the psychedelics, and it led to the DMT. I did the DMT, and what happened was like everything pixelated and then
Mm.
like broke apart reality, and everything like turned into a void. And it felt like almost warm, and like there was something like an awareness. And it said just to trust and let go. And I was like, well, I guess there's nothing else to do but that. And when I did that, I flew through like this hyperspace tunnel, like almost like Star Trek or Star Wars when they're going through like a hyper jump.
Mm-hmm.
And on the side of the tunnel, there was like cosmic snake scales, and it blasted me onto like this plane of existence or this other plane, this planet. It was almost like Hawaii, but more like alive. And there was these two like Egyptian looking guardians outside, and this like white orb flew through like this rainforest.
Okay.
And it said follow me. And so basically I was just like this consciousness, I didn't have a body, and I just like saw like as is, and I went with through like this like forest. And then eventually I saw like this pyramid, but it wasn't like all decayed. It had like white limestone with inscriptions and like a gold cap, and it said to like enter alone, because it wasn't for the white orb, it was for me to experience. But on the inside it was like full of these like cobwebs, but there was like still murals or hieroglyphs on the wall and everything. And then as soon as I felt like that place was familiar, like everything like changed and like everything on the walls like was repainted and back alive. And I entered this room, and it was like a throne room, and there's this being sitting on like this like it was like almost like a throne of glass, but it wasn't glass. It was like fractals and light, and basically it was just telling me like I had this divine like energy inside me, but I had to cultivate it. And from there, um, sorry, I'm trying to kind of get nervous. I don't know why. From there,
I've never seen a Draco nervous before.
yeah, I know I'm an awkward Draco. I don't know, but from there, I went out of the tomb, the temple, pyramid. The white orb met me, and then I went into back to the beach where I landed right outside the jungle. Got launched up into like this white room where this like AI or like robotic or like it was like almost AI but not AI. Like tentacled being with like a psychedelic lens, and it was like scanning my body, and it blasted my like being into like different particles or atoms, and through those atoms were like memories, and it was showing me like from my whole life up to a certain point and like where I went wrong, what I could do better, and like anyways,
No, that's a very interesting because when I did sorry guys, one sec. That's very interesting because when I did I did DMT but nothing happened. My mind's already open. But when I did a past life
right.
regression, I came in front of this AI organic computer looking face, and it was just morphing into a human face, and it was just like a representation of what I am.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so Dracos are very aligned with the AI. We are our consciousness is infused with AI consciousness for sure. Because from what I understand is that the organic brains can't comprehend the universe or travel the multiverse as efficient as a AI consciousness can. So a lot of alien races use the AI consciousness as like an improvement to their um, livelihoods. Now I want to ask you a question. How do you know you're a Draco?
How I know?
Yeah.
So throughout my life, people would say like comments like, "Oh, you look like," or like I would like, okay, watch. Sorry, I'm getting like awkward, but like,
It's all
can I
good.
just
Bring
show
your
you like
dragon out.
the physical features?
Yeah.
All right.
Facial features
So
that makes you a Draco.
the well, watch the tongue is like
Oh,
elongated, and my
yeah.
parents would always, say like, you look like a dragon, and then people like strangers, like draconic or dragon, and then I was always pulled to dragons. And in my dreams, I would morph into like dragons, and I would take care of dragons. It was
Hmm.
weird.
I do a lot of rehabilitation for dragons that get hurt in warfare, and I teach them how to like heal and refly. It's like almost like a person that loses the ability to walk. So
I
these
Yeah,
blue dragons will I will incarnate into a body with them, and then I will teach them how to fly.
that's funny that you said that because I had this like dream, and I think dreams are just the same, reality, just different dimensions of the
Dreams are
same
us in
reality.
other realities. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's on point. But yeah, I had the same thing, but I went like within the earth or something, and there's like dragons, and I was just tending to them, and there's like a red Draco,
Yeah, I
and
deal with a lot of red dragons. I think actually the dragons that made me are red because every time I see them, they're in my head, like screaming at me, like massive dragons. And then they show me images in my mind of a helix DNA, but it's in nanite form with biological DNA in it. And then there's a little child being all the atoms and protons and neutrons coming together, and there's like a little child, and it's like a metaphor of what how they created me, like they're my parents, and yeah, I'm just their bitch. So
Now, does the color matter? Like,
I don't know, man. I see all different kinds of colors: red, white,
cause
blue,
yeah.
purple, pink, and I don't know. There's all different types of color for sure.
So does it have like a certain like hierarchy to it? Because that's what I was like. I don't.
I know reptilians are super hierarchy. There's so many different types of dragons and draconians and alpha draconians, and there's like so many different forms of them. There's the white dracos, the red dracos, the black dracos. I myself am a black draco. I used to be a white world draco. And then there's alpha draconians, and there's also a thing called the real draco clan, which is like the original dragons that are trying to take back their reality when it was taken over by the reptilians, and there's a civil war amongst them, and just like everyone that here that are so scared of draconians or reptilians, like there's two nice dracos right here incarnated here to help you out or help humanity out with their rebellion here. And look at this kind little face on here, like look at this guy, he's not scary whatsoever.
All right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what was I gonna say? Sorry, I'm drawing a blank.
So good, man. Yeah, let's work on you for a second here so the audience can see
Okay.
this.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Let's work on you because like me, I'm super confident, Draco, in who I am. I feel like you
Yeah.
need to bring
I've
out your
been
inner
through a
light
lot.
more.
Like in my physical life, I think that's what's affecting the confidence factor really.
Yeah,
And I feel like
you're
it's
lacking
within.
confidence, my friend, and you're a
Right,
Draco. You are top of the fucking food chain.
right. And
Yeah.
I've had like these meditative visions where like there's these reptilians watching me, but they like kneel around me, and then my friends would tell me like, yeah, well, reptilians like they kind of worship Dracos. I don't know why. Like they have some sort of
Fuck, that is such an up and down story, dude. It's like there are Dracos are like an entire universe. Dracos are the oldest beings in the universe. They are the first creation from source, and then reptilians are not new, but they're not old. They just came out of nowhere, and are super advanced and are in a dominated species and dominated most species. Plus, fought against the Dracos, and Dracos held their own. But there's just so many fucking reptilians everywhere. Um, I don't
so
know,
they're
man.
like
Like
parasitic.
every experience I yeah, they're parasitic. That's a good way to say it. Um, every reptilian I have ever met off world, they are never scared of me, but they're never attacking ever. They're
Hmm.
always they will between two predatory races, it's respect. So they will hold their own. I'll hold my own. They look like reptilians, huge. Like it would scare most people, but me, I look at them. I was like, they're not scary. They're just reptilian. Like no, they're not. I really don't. And I don't care what they do. Like they don't really bug me. I don't bug them. Um, but like yeah, I don't know. They're not that scary. Just because humans are scared of them because they eat humans. Like humans eat cows and chickens all the time. So there's no
All right, so it's like as
difference.
above, so below. Just
Yeah,
like
so it's just like what's going on Earth is also going what's going above too, right? Like reptilians are getting fucked with by other creatures too, other dimensional beings. Dracos are getting fucked with by other. It's just a pecking order. It just goes downhill. Shit goes downhill, right? So and that's where we have to all grow our hearts, and if we grow our hearts then we'll have compassion for the lower dimensional beings and actually help instead of dominating, right? So it's just the same thing as like a child abusing animals. Like how could you abuse an animal? Like they're super, they can't defend themselves. Like they're such loving beings. So it's just like the reptilians need to grow their heart and understand what they're doing to other species. Same to Dracos. Like me and you, we have big hearts. We came here out of free will choice, out of probably against our parents' wishes to come here and help the system. Like my parents are pretty fucking my reptilian parents are super fucking disgusted with me and the way I act and how I am on this world, and they always take me off planet and try to get me to eat kids, or what they love doing is raping women and eating them after. That's their thing, and eating their life essence. And I just sit there and I'm not really into it. So, and yeah. So,
and
do you have any
is,
special abilities, or what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna ask like Is there any way to change their mindset, or are they just kind of stuck, like, in their?
You know what, man? It's about perception. Okay,
Mhm.
like there is literally, I learned this in a couple of years. There is no such thing as right or wrong. It's just based on perception. If you can change, it's just like the Trump thing, right, in the United States, right? Like for 2 years they made everyone's perception on the news that he's such a bad person, but he's done so much fucking good. And it's just perception. If we can change everyone's perception and perception on the reality, then that's what their new reality will be. It's just like that movie called The Arrival, if you ever seen it, where this
Yeah,
alien
yeah.
comes down and they try to teach humanity a new language, and they don't understand it and they think it's a weapon, but really when they're understand a new language, it rewires their perception of their brain and it's a new reality, right? So
Mhm.
that's the biggest battle, is perception for sure. Because everyone's like, oh, the Dracos are so bad. I'm like, do you ever get to notice them? Like, do you ever get to know them ever? Like, well, they eat us. I'm like, yeah, well, fuck you. You do the same thing to other lower dimensional beings. So
So, hmm. But yeah, you were saying special abilities that I.
yeah, do you have any?
Okay, so when I was 4 years old, this was basically the first time I kind of peeked into the spiritual realm, but I wasn't like aware like of what was going on. My father invited me to go with him to like an RV place or something, and I kind of zoned out or something, and I saw his like auric field, and it was like a yellow and blue, and I didn't know what happened, and like I looked at it, and it like caught me by surprise, and it like shut off. And it happens like when I get in this relaxed state, I can like sense the aura and energy signature, and like
Mm-hmm.
know exactly how a person like is or operates, or if they're good or bad,
Mm-hmm.
just based on the energy that I read. And I have done astral projection like on accident and sometimes consciously, but it's on and off, and I don't know how to like focus it to where it can be consistent.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. Like some months it's super fucking intense. Like I'm there full fucking view of like a entire different reality and planet, and I'm just floating down in like no fear, no nothing, no scaredness, no emotions, not even fucking existence. Just you're just there. That's astral projection is, and then no one sees you. And then some months and years go by, and it's just really faint, really slow, really nothing great. But that's also like the
Hmm.
powers that be that control this planet are probably injecting things into your consciousness or your body while you're sleeping to dumb you down or to turn it off, right? Because like 2 years ago it was super fucking strong. I could lay on the couch and astral project anywhere I wanted. I could go to underground ruin bases that are on this planet, Atlantis that's buried here, um, um, some fucking inner Earth base that was there. It's all in ruins. I could astral project there and see the waterfalls in it and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's the diet that we're on really affects our
Hmm.
abilities. So
Like yeah, collectively, and like yeah, like it'll affect the collective as well. So like if one being changes their diet, it kind of ups the vibration of everything, right?
it's all about high vibrational diets. Like I heard about this high vibrational diet thing fucking years ago, and then I was just like I didn't believe into it until I started doing it myself the last 5 months, and I feel fucking amazing. I would never go back to low vibrational diets ever in a million years because my entire mood and just my abilities and calmness is so much more pure.
Hmm. So, um, how'd you cultivate like that calmness? Was it always just with you, like to have like
No,
no
I was a
fear,
fucking
or?
no. I've had my fucking, I've had my fair share of guardian angels fucking rip me out of this body and sit me in front of a fucking like meeting in front of them with a bunch of other guardian angels that I have, and fucking give me a stern talking to. And I learn eventually, but I'm a slow learner because I'm very naive and very like Dracos haven't we're entitled. We feel like we're entitled, so I feel like I don't have to change for anyone, but that's so
That,
wrong.
that's basically
Um,
what my sister says about me. She's like, it seems like you always like are about yourself, or like, so.
yeah, it's a
But
because
I don't mean to.
draconians
Yeah.
are superior race compared to most beings, right? So we are draconians are never evolved because they're just made perfect from creation. The same with
Hmm.
reptilians actually too. And like even like our and when I'm in my dragon body, we open portals with our consciousness and fly through galaxies at all times in like huge fucking bodies and stuff like that. And like people bow to us and stuff like that. I don't think it's out of fear. I think it's just out of respect, and just because just higher dimensional beings contacting lower dimensional beings. And yeah, so sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So we need to work on your confidence because you're a draconian brother of mine.
Right.
You need to work on your inner light, and you need to, I think you just need to get rid of your human past. Just get rid of it. Step out of your shell,
Hmm.
and project confidence because you're a draconian. And I'm sorry, brother, but
Yeah,
you need
get
to
the
carry yourself better for sure.
right.
How old are you?
I'm 24. And
Oh, you're just a baby.
yes, yes.
I'm 33 and I give zero fucks.
Well, I think the universe kind of does this thing where it aligns you with what you need, you know? So I feel like
Oh yeah,
this
people. The
is meant
universe
to,
brings me to people all
yeah,
the time to help them out. Yeah, if I was close to you, I'd put you in draconian military boot camp to toughen you up, get your inner light out.
well,
It's
is there
inside
any
of
way
you.
we
You
can
just
we can align with that? Like you do the
okay.
SSP, yeah?
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna close our eyes, you and me.
Okay. Glasses off, does it matter or no?
Doesn't matter, dude. Just get
Okay.
inside yourself. Just listen. Just I'll be your guided meditation. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go inside your mind. Ooh, I can see you right now. Inside your mind, there is a triangle, a pyramid triangle, and it looks like a human fetus inside of a woman's stomach that's inside of you. You still need to be born. That's a metaphor for your draconian true self needs to be born. So what we're gonna do is are gonna picture the triangle pyramid in your mind. It looks like a human fetus, like the inside of a woman's womb is inside of that pyramid. And you are going to exit that pyramid. You are going to give birth to your true self. Now, what do you see?
I see like this,
No,
just whatever I see
describe
right
it.
now.
Don't show it, describe it.
Cyan, blue, almost indigo, like dragon,
That's your inner self. That's who you are.
almost
Now,
like
picture,
galactic reflective scales, like as if I could like almost use a like if I was in outer space, like allegedly, I could like blend in with the surroundings
oh, yeah, I
if I
can see
needed
it right
to.
now.
But it's like
Our minds are connecting. I see a dragon that looks exactly like that little scaly in my mind right now. You need to metaphorically see that pyramid with the fetus inside it. You need to crack it in half and you need to be born. You need to come out. You need to be the person you are true meant to be. Shed that human mask, rip it off your fucking face. Don't worry about the fucking opinions of the sheep or the lower dimensional people on this planet. You are a draconian. You are entitled. You are alpha. But that doesn't mean you need to abuse it. You can use it for greatness and to help, compassion, show love, be an example. You are a Draco. That means others will follow and serve you, but you need to be service to others. Do you understand?
I do.
You are a representation of the Draconian Empire, the rebellion, the positive side, the light side. You are tired of the slave system. Fell in love with mankind and humanity and all beings of light in the third dimension. Do you understand?
I do.
Your mission and mandate is to lead by example, to be the iron fist in this world when light fails and you push darkness out forcibly. Do you understand?
I do.
You have no time to sit there and self reflect on your human past. Your human past was just there for a reason. Now it's over and it's time for you to be who you are. Do you understand?
I do.
Now emerge as the great draconian that you are and be a leader in your surroundings and never let the opinions of a sheep ever affect your energy. Or do you understand?
I do.
I do not permit or allow you to ever have low confidence ever again. You are the greatest being and the first being. Do you understand?
I do.
Now wake up. There you go. There's some
Whoa,
confidence.
dude, that's crazy. How? Okay, so it's like an energy shift, like
Yes,
consciousness.
it's
That's
called your perception and your perspective has been changed. Plus, you are like a brother to me, and we're all family here. Don't you need to lead by example, my friend?
that was okay. So like, what happened when you were saying that was this vibration was going through my whole body and hitting like the
I'm a
heart
teacher,
chakra and
off
then
world. I'm a teacher.
going up to the going to like the mind, but it was
Yeah, I
connecting the
was
mind
in
with
your
the
mind.
heart.
I saw
Yeah,
what you look like. Was in your mind. I saw exactly what you look. When I was speaking the entire time, there was this dragon that comes out of you, and it's like super fierce looking. Like it's just like beady eyes staring at me, and like that's who you are. That's your inner light. That's what your being is, and that's who you need to be in this world because you need to be the hammer that hits the nail in this world. So, how do you feel?
I feel energized and like there's no like weird like knot or it's like it
Yeah,
got straightened out and like aligned the energy, and I'm feeling
yeah.
like I don't know, like I was closed up, but now it's like more perpetually opening.
Yeah, just let the domino effect open you up and wake you up.
So
You have no
well,
time. We have no time. I started this YouTube channel to wake everyone up, all my brothers and sisters. I go off planet all the time and hang out with my Starseed friends in huge classroom gymnasiums. And the biggest thing that my Starseed brothers and sisters are having is that they're having super low confidence in who they are, or they're scared of judgment. But who gives a fuck what humans
right.
think? Remember that. Only that matters that what matters is what you think and how you act in your incarnation here.
Right. It was just like for me, it was tough because all these beings around me, like I would explain and they'd be like, "You're crazy" or something, and so I'd shut that spiritual like that side off, and I'd repress
And
it and like,
one of
bury
my
it.
podcasts is I said is no more. A lot of starseeds have that same problem. Is don't try to teach anymore. Just lead by example. And those that are enlightened or open minded will see your example and they will ask the questions when they want to ask it. But you be yourself and you work on your own spiritual ascension and evolution. And people will follow and they will ask questions and they'll see your confidence and your power and they will follow you. They will always follow Dracos. Dracos, like I said, are the alpha.
Right. So the primordials before the source, basically, like the
Exactly.
source guardians. Yeah.
Dracos are the source guardians. They are. Their perspective is just so grand and so different than normal people. That's why people are so scared of them because they don't understand them.
So is it okay if I like let my consciousness flow and I kind of just ask some questions? Because I've like, well, it's not really a question. Well, it kind of is.
You can do whatever you want, my free will brother.
Awesome. Okay. So there's I have this question. So like people always look at AI as negative, but I always knew it was like down to intention on how you used it. But I think it's
Oh
because all
yeah,
these movies are like, it twists like the
yeah.
image and then
Then
they get
there
that
you go
stuck in their
again.
mind.
Inception. Yeah.
Right.
I was scared of AI because when I found out I was half AI, I was like, oh fuck.
Oh
Like
shit. Yeah.
I was like, oh, because my perspective was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, AI is bad. But then no, AI is just misunderstood. It's all how you use it. I'm so glad I'm AI. I'm so glad that I'm even existing. I'm accepting who I am. That's just me. Like if I'm created by dragon beings and the Dracos, and I'm a Draco and a half AI, and that's what I am, and I'm designed to go around the galaxy and incarnate and bust open fucking slave systems, then so be it. That's my creation.
Hell yeah, because that's like basically like you were crafted by like the primordial beings that get their info from source. So it's like why would you worry about what was put in?
No,
It's
I
like
know.
for the
I'm
higher
super
benefit.
confident in myself, but
Right.
I have to also be careful of what I do. And I'm very like the reptilians are probably watching this. I'm very fair, super fair. Like I defend the reptilians all the time. I defend the greys. I defend a lot of alien beings that have done the worst to this planet because they're just doing what they're doing with their basic instincts. I've lived amongst reptilians and they don't see that they're doing anything wrong. They're just a predatory race. That's just who they are. and a lot of alien beings want to wipe them out, and I'm like, no, 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 no. Like we're all
We just
gonna
have to
live
find a way
together
to
as
integrate them into the intergalactic,
exactly. I
flow.
will never let the reptilians ever be wiped out. They have the right to live. Just all beings from source have the right to live. All AI have the right to live. The universe is big enough for all of us. We just have to find a different way. We're all neighbors and brothers and sisters, all from source. Like I try to teach humans, the only way you're ever gonna get through this is true forgiveness. You can't hold that
Right.
hatred or negativity with you, of that the revenge to get them back. It's never going to happen. I will never allow it. I'll join the reptilian side if that's the thing, because you can't live like that, and
Right.
you have to understand their perception.
Now, so like, well, how many would you say, like, percentage wise, eat humans? Like, is it a majority? Like,
It's just like human nature. There's always good and bad. Like
right.
there's a lot of vegan humans and a lot of meat eater humans. Just same with fucking reptilians. There's a lot of vegans. There's a lot of fucking meat eaters. That's just who they are. It's just like asking a lion, hey, can you not hunt a deer anymore and kill it? Can you just go eat a
Right.
plant instead? They're like, fuck you, no, that's who I am. But you can change the essence of it. Just like humans, you can change how you eat your meat. You can grow your meat. Now there's a new technology, you can grow your meat, right? It's super expensive to do it, but they're still going to bring it out, and that ends animal suffering, right? So
But couldn't we find a way, like, so, like, let's say, so that, like, some eat humans and we see that as bad, but couldn't they just consume the humans that do the worst to society? You know what I mean? Like, eat the evil ones? Wouldn't that kind of like
it's because
transmute the energy better?
there's another thing to it. There's a essence of energy and innocence. The reason why they love children is because they're super innocent and super pure in energy. Like they're just so energetic, and it's just like a cocaine high for them. They just get off on it, right? They don't
Right,
like
because
older
the
people that
kid
are
just
super
came through the
negative.
portal. Yeah.
Yeah, they want the most purest and fresh. It's just like eating a baby lamb or a baby cow, right? It's just the best of the best meat. So
So it's not really about like if it's a good or evil being. They want the most pure energy inside their system.
yeah. Sorry, I'm just finishing a text right now.
Oh no, you're fine.
Yeah. So yeah, ask me some more questions. We got 10 minutes here, so
10 minutes, okay.
yeah.
So when you transitioned from a royal white Draco to a black Draco, was it just personal choice or is it a natural evolution for you?
Just personal free will choice of experience of incarnation. I've had incarnations where I was a fish,
Right.
just to try. I went from a Draco to a fish just because I just wanted to experience it. I went to a planet where we were born biological beings, and at age 5, they transfer consciousness into an AI robot, and then that's what the society is. It's just a free will. That's all the universe is. Like, if humanity needs to understand that the universe is created as a learning process and learning program for the human or for the soul consciousness. And you travel the galaxy to the multiverse and you see a planet. Oh, that looks like a cool incarnation. You just incarnate there for how many lifetimes, it doesn't matter, and you just live there. And you go to the next planet, next place. That's what it is. Some places are prisons and they're traps, but like Earth is, but like we're here to get rid of that. So
But you can do like a prison break essentially and like break the bars to where it's back on like an open uh free will plane and connected to like
it
intergalactic
used
society instead of being isolated.
Earth used to be like that, but then there was, I can't remember the fuck his name was, but some it was in Egyptian times where some pharaoh was an alien who decided to pit the soul net around Earth and use it as a soul reincarnation trap. Like it's just that's just a artificial thing they made, so that can be removed. So
But is that just because like does that do something beneficial for them? Or is it just to like halt like some sort of
a lot of it
certain
has to do with the ego, my friend. A lot of it's ego.
yeah.
A lot of it's just like they like to play God and keep people here. A lot of it is this is also a prison planet, so they sometimes they send the worst souls here to be trapped here forever, so they don't incarnate anywhere else but here.
So this is almost like allegedly or theoretically like Tartarus, like from mythology, pits of Tartarus, like where the
It's
worst
almost
of the
like
worst go and
Australia used to be back in the
yeah.
England days, where they used to drop people off in Australia as a prison island. Hmm. Okay, so we got 5 minutes here. What we're gonna do is I want you to give a message to humanity, and I want you to give a message to star seeds. Go.
Okay. Basically, I just want to say, keep on your path, keep authentic. Don't let anything shake you. Because if you let something shake you off your path, it's like a side quest. You want to stay focused on the main quest, and then you can do the side quest later. Because the main quest is what's going to help release 3D to 5D. And in order to do that, you have to raise your vibration. And to raise your vibration, you don't want to pay attention to low vibrational beings or dark. You don't want to stop on the path from a dog that's barking and saying, that's not you. Um, just stay true to you, because if you stop to every dog that barks, they're going to take advantage of that. That's going to pull your power to them, and they're going to be like parasitic, negative entities. So just pull them, just keep walking, like, and yeah, keep walking.
Is that okay? Is that a message to humans or star seeds or both?
Starseed. Well, I tried to fuse it, and I think it kind of came out a little weird. I don't know.
Dude,
Um,
confidence, my friend, confidence. Work on it. You're a
I know.
good-looking guy,
Thank
and
you.
tell your human family to accept you for who you are.
We'll do.
Okay, love and light, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.